about persuasive speech. So what is that? Okay, persuasive speech is a speech that is given with the intention of convincing the audience to believe or do something with your own viewpoints. Sounds hard, is it? But don't worry, we will learn after this. But before that, did you guys experience like you need to persuade your friends to have a dinner at your favorite restaurants, or you want to go on holiday trip with your friends, but your friends were super lazy, and for sure you are going to persuade them, right? And also for a doctor, they need to persuade their patients to take a medicine. See? You need these skills, these persuading skills, to counter with all those situations. But how to have those skills? Don't worry, let's hear from our great speaker.
Okay, the first tips to give a persuasive speech is to entertain. How? Don't worry, there are so many ways to make our speech more entertaining. Some of them are by cracking jokes, doing simple activities, listening to music, telling stories, and so on. Just do whatever it takes to amuse our audience. But why do we need to entertain in order to give a persuasive speech? Because by entertaining, people will not get bored easily. Thus, they will be able to stay focused throughout the speech. For your information, several studies that have been held have shown that positive feeling like having fun and enjoyment can help people to engage with the environment, and it will leave a strong, good impression. This way, people can be easily persuaded and convinced. Hence, the speech can be a persuasive talk, which will give a huge impact to the audience.
Okay, next I will explain the second tips to deliver a persuasive speech well. The tip is intuitism. Intuitism is talking about how to vary your tone of voice, smile often, and show passion for your subject matter. That will make your body language reflect your comment. Okay, one of the important aspect in this tip, which is exude the confidence. When you give your presentation confidently, you give off a trust me, I know what I'm talking about vibe, and your audience will be more likely to trust you, and it will be much easier to persuade an audience that trust you. Okay, the second important context in this tip, which is make eye contact with our audience. It's easier to persuade people if they feel a connection of some sort with you. And one of the easiest way to do that is by simply making eye contact with them. Whenever you make eye contact with your audience, you give them the impression of dialogue. Making eye contact is a fundamental aspect of communication, and it's only basic courtesy that make you make eye contact with people you are talking to. So whenever you make eye contact with your audience, you assume that they are included in the presentation, not just as onlooker, but as the receiving end of your effort of persuasion. So, making eye contact also serves the purpose of making you seem more trustworthy. Avoiding eye contact is a common tell for people who are hiding something. So, it's only safe to assume that people who can meet your eyes are not lying to you. So, as mentioned before, when your audience trusts you, it's easier for you to persuade them to do something.
The next tip that we can use in order to improve our persuasive speech is by using problem solution method. This is what sets aside a normal informative speech from a persuasive speech. We need to remember the main goal of persuasive speech is to change people's minds, behavior, or sometimes both. Basically, we want the audiences to shift from point A to point B. When giving a speech, we always need to remember to give information that can change people's minds, and not just giving information that we have prepared. In order to do that, we need to fulfill two of the classic foundation of persuasive speech, which are providing problems and solutions. First of all, we need to come up with a very strong problem that can be related to the audiences. Providing a problem in the speech will make the audiences ready to listen more to the speech, as they can relate it to their everyday life problems. Next, we should provide a solution to the problems that we have mentioned in the speech. Providing the solution will make the audiences care much about the speech. Both of these components are really crucial, as missing one of those components will result in the audiences not being motivated to shift from point A to point B. This problem solution method is popular among the people in the field of business, mostly the salesperson. We often see the salesperson mentioning our everyday life problems and after that providing their products as the solution for the problem. This will result in more audiences being attracted, or in other words, more consumers being attracted to the product. This proves us the effectiveness of this method, and there is no reason for us not to use this method in order to improve our persuasive speech.
Now, we are moving on to tip number 4 in persuading your audience, which is to have eloquence. To be eloquent is to show the audience how smart and coherent you are in delivering your speech. By delivering your speech with high energy, sincerity, inspiration, and sense of humor, that will make you different from other speakers. In order to be eloquent, the first step is to sit up straight and keep your chin up to show your determination and your pride in delivering your speech. Eloquence is more than just how you use language. It's also how you use your body language. In the rule of what you give, you will get back. The next step is to focus on your listeners. Eloquence is more meaningful only if people are listening to you, and they will listen if you are thinking about something else. That's why eloquence without attention is merely just specifying. And the third step is to speak loudly enough to be heard. For maximum eloquence, speak loudly enough so people farthest from you can hear, but not so loudly that it is uncomfortable for those in front. If you are unsure of your volume, ask someone in the back if they can hear you clearly. However, never raise your voice to a yell. Yelling makes you sound insane rather than eloquent. If you find yourself in that position, either ask for a microphone or request that people to move closer.
The next tip for a successful persuasive speech is to expertise. So the objective of a persuasive speech is to get the audience to agree and be persuaded to the topic we are about to give speech on. By making a thorough research on the particular topic, it will give us more confidence in relaying our speech, and also building more confidence in the audience towards us, hence leading to an easier way to be convinced by us. So this particular tip is also important so that a speaker would not mislead the audience. By making a thorough research and showing all sides of the research towards the audience, it will lead the audience to get the facts right. Hence, always remember to get all the information you can get and make sure it is right before making a persuasive speech.
Alright, that's our 5 tips for persuasive speech, which are entertain, enthusiasm, problem solution method, eloquence, and expertise. So, a persuasive speech can be successfully happen if you are trustworthy and knowledgeable with the topic we are discussing on. So, did you jot down all the notes and tips from our great speaker just now? Alright, good. So now, you don't have to worry how to persuade or convince others as the most effective persuasive speech, and with a call to action. That's the end of this video. Thank you.